Good times on everybody. Welcome back to ZSR, where we have another Z2 Max Rando race. This one is between Vix and Koper. I got Elendar to do the comms with Chad. I got VT doing the tracking. I'm going to go watch the race and let them do their stuff. All you guys.
I'm doing great. Elder just got in here, so I want to give him a second here to do this, but this is going to be an exciting Max Rando matchup where we have had anything in this tournament from 26 minutes to 2 hours and 37 minutes. Hopefully on the shorter side this time.
2 hours and 37 minutes was a good time for that seed. I
Yes,
played it
was.
afterward, and like 2:45 in, I gave up because it was going to take me at least another half an hour.
That one was a tough one, and sadly it was mine.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some. Spoiling the result on that one, but this is a 1-1 match, and man, to think that this is the sort of match that could be like a late brackets match in any other tournament, right?
Yep, these are two very well known higher level runners here. Vix Rider, my nemesis, been here about the same amount of time as I have. Has beaten me every time after the very first race. jkoper's been around forever, and it's a lot of experience playing this.
Yeah, forever and a lot are understatements. jkoper, one of the veterans of this and basically every other rando, but he's a great player. Definitely either of these players, I think, are capable of taking down this tournament. But after this, one of them is going to be 1 and 2 down in the dumpster with the bad players like me.
And somebody down there is going to have to face one of these two. That's going to be very unfortunate whoever it is.
I don't need to win any races. It's fine.
To be fair, it is a very tough tournament.
It's a tough field. A lot of good runners, a lot of potential winners. Vix Rider, I believe Vix won upstarts one of these times. I think he sort of just burst onto the scene and started. Yeah,
he beat me in the finals.
Yeah, he just sort of burst onto the scene and started beating me up. So.
He beat me up first, and then went on to beat you up.
Yeah, in the following standard tournament. So.
Cubs rule, we all are. We all are.
Yeah. But he's gonna have his work cut out for him facing Koper here. And Koper is just finishing getting set up here. I know he has some finicky hardware sometimes, so it should be good in just a second here.
Refresh the page because his camera is frozen too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Got here somewhat last minute, so minor technical issues. Okay.
Oh, nope, there it is. He's just moving very, very minimally.
That's fair. It's just trying to get set up right, trying to get everything ready to go.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm sure our runners are hoping for at least a little bit. I know both of these runners are capable of functioning on extremely low levels of resources, but they get a 1 container, 2 hearts, or 1 container, 2 lives, or something like that, then it could be a rough one, even for runners of this caliber.
Yep. 1 heart container starts are very rough, but you hope that you can find at least a few along the way.
I think one of my first race of this tournament was a 1 heart, 2 lives start, but there was at least 1 container in the seed, and it was a real easy GP, so it didn't end up being too mean, but and it sort of depends, how many gems do you have, how much experience there is in the pool, right? Like even a 1 heart can be kind of okay if the seed is spewing so much experience that you're, like 7, 8, 8 by the time you go into GP.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, we had a mercy roll in an earlier race today. All right.
Yeah, we have the ability to to increase the minimum number of hearts, but part of the fun of Max Rando is the chaos of sometimes being a joke and sometimes being impossible.
Yep. And one of the new flags this year for this tournament is the fact the chaos climate, which
Yeah. As,
reduces
aside
everything up
from
to very small,
aside
makes it
from
a
the
mess.
aside from the bug, it's definitely done some interesting things. It makes experience farming a little bit easier is one of the things I found. It's a lot easier to like fish around to try and find an encounter that you like if you're looking to farm.
All right. Hopefully Cooper's flashcard thing works.
Just making
We've got
sure everybody's
sort
on
of
the
a
right
number.
seed, making sure that our hashes match up here. I'm partially to blame for any hash issues. Make sure
Yep,
that they're on the right version.
they do have different hashes, so. Are they both on 19? Well, that was before the previous week, so they should be.
Oh, okay. Vix is saying it was on his end. He'd done something wrong, so now we're getting Vix reload his seed. Yep, everything's good. It's just sometimes you copy the wrong file over.
Yep, now it's not technical issues, it's just, forgetting a setting that you changed a setting on your flags or something like that.
Yeah,
Like I lowered my starting hearts to 1 to 4 just so that I practice not with it being free.
yeah. It's that. I mean, Mirai won the last Max Rando, and a big part of that was him specifically practicing low heart, low lives, low resource setups, making sure that he was as practiced as possible at beating up on enemies with very low resources, very difficult situations, and it got him a win.
Yep. And it's been so many years since I've watched this, and I just now understand Coper's name, that it's Coper Rip.
I never got that. I had always played with Rip as my file name from way back in the day. So good to know that other people felt similarly about seeing, because you always see the name when you die, right? So
Yeah.
and boy, playing Zelda 2 back in the day as a kid, I definitely died a lot.
Oh yeah. Alright, looks like we've got the right hash now.
All right. So after a brief delay, we are going to be good to go in just a second here.
Yeah, I'm hoping for something on the quicker side. We've averaged about, with what I have anyways, before tallying up last week's. First week we had an average of almost exactly an hour, so hoping for that.
Yeah, I would like to see a seed where our runners actually have to get some stuff. We've definitely seen some races recently where runners start with full stabs in the glove and all of those things, and it's nice to see the runners have to actually do some palaces, do some overworld looking. And honestly, in a lot of these seeds, the number of gems you start with seems to have absolutely no impact whatsoever on the length of time it takes you to complete.
It's mostly where's the glove?
Oh, people hating on Vanilla Shuffle. I love Vanilla Shuffle.
5 lives, 5 containers. I didn't get a chance. Like Vix was too fast. We got fire and downstab.
Yeah, we got fire
6 gems
on New Kasuto, the full 6 gems. Interestingly, though, we're not going to know whether it's linked fire yet or not. It could be linked fire. It could be just regular fire because we got random fire on. Oh man, and look at all these hearts.
How do they get heart containers?
You can start with them, it turns out.
Yes.
We've seen so many low heart starts, but it is actually perfectly even chances for all 8 possibilities.
To be fair, it's been rolling average of around the right amount, which would be 4 hearts.
Yeah. Because it should be 4.5 hearts is the average.
Yep. Really need to finish up last week's thing on the spreadsheet to actually put all the info in there.
Yeah, thanks again for the spreadsheet. Oh, this is a great encounter for Vix. Gonna get
Yeah.
to see what all the experiences are for these enemies. 150 for the oranges. Very nice. He's gonna turn around and kill
nice.
that red for sure. $50 for the reds on Coper's side. Okay, orange is good, red's bad.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3 on Vix's side, just on that one encounter. That is an excellent encounter. We have islands to start. We didn't start with any items, so no boots.
I'm excited. The islands, getting islands with no boots is good to see. No life spell. Runners already have downstab. Probably not going to see them come back for that unless magic is like right here. It's not right here. The east is right here. It's also islands? Question mark. Certainly looks like it.
Yeah, I'm certain it's islands.
Could be canyon still, I guess.
It could be a canyon. You're correct. It could probably actually is a canyon. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's hard to say until you look a little bit further down.
Oh wait, the east is a canyon because that's where Vix is somehow.
Yeah. Vix, that cave that was right next to. I was saying that cave that was right next to the town, just led to the east. Yeah, I think it's islands on the west and canyon on the east is kind of what it looks like so far.
We do have 1-ups in the small enemy pool, but it spawned in the floor, so Coper couldn't get it.
Yeah, our runners have enough lives that it shouldn't be necessary to farm for 1-ups, but
Yeah.
okay, no, maybe this is islands. I have no idea what this is at this point.
I think the west is islands, and I think the east is a canyon. So we're hoping for boots at some point.
There's increasingly like a bunch more up north here. This is too much up north. Be a canyon on the east. This could be a volcano. That could have just been the far southern end. Dude, shield for Vix. This is a nice pickup. Okay, Guma's got the medicine, so not
Wi-Fi
gonna need
password
to
is 12345.
That's a reasonable one. Coper finds P4, not interested.
Yet.
Free fairy spell. We are going to have to find Reflect on a 6-gemmer.
Yep. Or fire could be linked to it, but
Yeah. That's 1 in 16 at this point. But... Man, I'm so weirded out with the fountain has the water these days. I've been playing so much 4.4 testing and not actually practicing, so okay, Vix.
yeah.
Done with the east. He's going back west.
it's looking like the east was the right play to get fairy and shield. The palaces are now not with the exception of 4.
Big question,
Well,
where's the boots? You definitely use some boots.
P5.
P5 has the medicine. That's the one thing we know.
Okay.
It
P6.
P6. Yeah, P6 is the worst spot for it, for sure. Speaking of P6, this P6? No, P5. Vix immediately turns around. Not interested at all.
Nope, too early for that.
Yeah, if you get a hint that there's like, if you get a hint that there's like a good item in P5, you can gamble on it early. I did a P5 that had a magic key hint for early a little bit ago, and it's just like, okay, that feels good, right? Like you're taking a gamble, but if you find the item room quick, you're gonna gain a bunch of time. But when you know the item is bad, it's a lot less appealing. Curious to see how long it's gonna be before we get a fire check. Neither runner
tested it magic too.
We are not, but
Okay.
It shouldn't be too difficult to cast. Usually magic 3 you can cast it once.
Yep. We have a hammer that gives us more potential spots.
Hope we're checking the far hints here. See what he gets. Nothing.
Is this 2 or 5?
This is 2.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, 2, 5, and did we find the last one? I think 4 was like the first palace in the east.
Okay.
I think it was like right next to the entrance. Yeah, well, that's a quick 2.
jkoper, I think you have this, right? Was it fire in the slot?
Vic's casting shield here, but I think the shield is going to stop him from casting fairy.
Uh-oh.
So he's going to have to go take a death, and yeah, 7 bars life 3. Not going to be easy to get himself killed. We could get a key or a magic level here.
We could have taken the magic level and then it would have been fine.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, there we go.
Like I say, you had decent chances, right? A blue jar would have been fine. A red jar would have been good. A key would have let him through, or a P bag of at least 200 points. So,
Game over for jkoper.
yeah, that doesn't hurt him that much to go back west. It's sort of about the same amount of exploration Vix did. So I guess him, casting shield there, he had about 50-50 odds of being able to ferry out of there to gather the possibilities. It's a key. Magic 3, not a huge cut in fairy, goes down to 50.
He is leaving P2. Without the item. I don't believe we got the item, so.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. You can always go back if you need to, but
Yeah.
basically what you need to find is a glove.
Yeah, we still haven't seen either. We've still got 2 more towns that could be spell blocked with reflect. That's a big concern at this point, because they've seen quite a number of spells and none of them were reflect.
Let's see,
Real quick,
we
P3.
need New Kasudo is the only one remaining that doesn't spell it, I think. Well, we haven't seen Zarya, have we?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Zarya.
Okay.
So we started with the Raru spell. So yeah, Zarya and New Kasudo versus Darunia and Mito. So but we haven't seen where Thunder or Reflect are, so...
That's 2 gems for Vix.
Yeah.
He's definitely doing palaces right away. He's going to continue on.
Very disrespectful Doom Knocker location.
Gets exactly what he needs for the magic level.
Magic.
Still
Fairy's
50.
still... Yeah, Fairy's still 50. He does. We do get a fire check. Nothing obvious happening here, so either it's unlinked or it's Reflect.
Mm-hmm.
I think is the only possibility for a link that we still haven't seen. If he had that Doom Knocker still alive, he could test it, but...
Right, Coper's going into 2.
I would have tested fire on that Doom Knocker. Because
Yeah,
you do really want to know if it's Reflect, yeah. That's something that could save a bunch of time. Coper
Was
also
perfectly positioned there to knock Vix back.
Coper also doing a quick P2. He did find a magic container in Medicine Cave though, so it's gonna be just fine on casting this fairy. Assuming he lives. He does not.
We're gonna have to ferry this and hopefully don't get hit. Oh.
Yeah, this attack too is stinky. Hope we're doing very aggressive strats on Helmet Head. Pays off with a pretty quick kill.
Quick item here for Vix in P3. Does accidentally take a death to Mew. Loot.
Womp womp.
Unknown if that is useful yet.
Unlikely, but could be. Coper not placing the gem. He is gonna dig out the item here.
20
no.
experience there for those. That is bad.
I think the blue Stalfos are pretty good though. Nope, also 20.
Amazing. What do we have here? Oh, that's the magic container. Okay.
Yeah, Coper had gotten that one just a second ago, taking just a different route coming into these palaces. But Vix didn't get this item in 2, so if it's something good, Coper could gain a pretty big advantage.
So Tag 3 is not doing too well either. It's
Nope.
better than 2, but a couple of stabs on the Electroc is not enough to kill it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of variability on these low attack levels because, you know, they only deal 3 or 4 damage, and so adding or removing 1 damage is a big deal. Whereas like being a little bit higher or lower on damage on higher levels doesn't make as much difference. Unfortunate for Coper, it's just a P-bag. Not only just a P-bag, but only 200 points is not enough to take a level and respawn.
Move.
So he's just looking to get a little bit more experience here before he places the gem.
Then you're gonna go down there here to see what the enemy and the item is. Small item.
Yeah, I mean, small item could be a P-bag.
Another 20 points could be P-bag, and it is, and it's still not enough.
Oof. Smart play from Coper there to just die.
Yeah, get so many lives. Lives are resources.
Especially because he's probably gonna up A as soon as he gets this level. Maybe not. He could have killed the Moa there. Magos are. A trophy for Vix. That's potentially required. Spell items are definitely pretty high on the list of things we're looking for, along with boots and glove.
Yep. And we may find out right now. Nope.
Well,
Indeterminate yet.
probably not required. Such quest has begun.
Yes, until we find out that the entire town has locked an innocent child into the basement of a tower.
Okay, so Cooper now finally placing the gem. Took a little bit of time out to get some extra experience, but with how nasty the GPs have been, I don't blame him. He's just gonna hold off and get attack 4 here. Smart. Man, all these enemies in the 1-2-5 group have rolled down.
Yep. Hopefully we can get this 20 more. That's not gonna be enough.
Nope. And this is P2, so it's not even a 50-50 for him to get a red iron knuckle.
Ugh.
And the tin suits are not worth any experience, so he can't farm them. This is very sad. But at this point, you're committed. You gotta do it. He doesn't even get to keep the key.
Oh man. Should be able to get it right here.
Yeah, so Vix, I think he's just looking for where the third palace on the west is, and it looks like it might be boot blocked. Because he is not finding it. Oh man, so rude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, no, he wants attack 4. It's gonna cost him 20 more points.
Cost him a lot of time, more importantly.
That bubble's probably 20 points. 50 in vanilla. Not interested. Did you take a long time to kill without good attack?
Alright, attack 4. That will help them.
Yeah, because attack 3 is pretty stinky. And Vix still on attack 3 is gonna have to find some sorts of good experience. Yeah, so they're Vix back to the east, not finding where that third palace on the west is. Passes by P4, but doesn't have Reflect. We're still gonna have to find that one. Finding Darunia would be nice here.
Mm-hmm.
Just to know whether or not you need the kid and where he is.
Then don't say Death Mountain, you cry.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know how to get to Death Mountain.
Wilson encounter in the middle of nowhere.
Traditional. There are a lot of Wilson encounters that can shuffle into that spot, so when you have mixed hidden Kasuto, you get a lot of Wilson encounters. Speaking of Wilson encounters, here's another one. And no fairy for fairy feet. Oh no,
I like how when you have dash in these encounters and they're just basically throwing up those little balls as fast as Nolan ran.
Cooper found the third palace. The third palace was right next to P3. It's just P5. We found that early and no one wanted to do it. Apparently Vix also didn't want to do it. The Cooper is willing. I mean, attack 4 definitely makes a big difference. Yuma with bad attack levels is awful. But it does stink that it's still only one cast of fairy per level for Cooper at Magic 3. And Magic 4 is not going to help.
Cooper's in 5?
I think this is 5.
Yep.
P5.
Yep. Then we got our complicated windows or stained glass windows, whichever you prefer.
I think both of those things are true. I appreciate that they put graphics into the game for Windows for all 6 palaces, even though some of the palaces don't have Windows in Zelda.
Oh, this is going to be a weird drop series here.
There's a lot of drops. So many drops. And that blue jar for jkoper, not going to be enough to cast Fairy. This one has a key. Okay. This is close to the maximum length of a drop chain. 6 is the maximum number of rooms in a row that can drop.
All right, we get this door open. We get a small pea bag.
But just because how drop chains work in this, just because of how drop chains work in this flag set, there's less likelihood of having really long drop chains in reconstructed palaces, just because there's just not as many drop rooms in the pool. And is this the item room? No, it's not the item room. Let's say the key door right away. Alright, getting a flute check. Is it good? Answer no.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't know if you've seen Larry yet.
Don't think we have, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he's slacking on the job once again.
Probably. I think that would be a safe bet. I did have one seed where Larry just blocked the entire seed, basically. He had to go east almost immediately, and he was right there, and he had to go find him.
It is linked fire.
Okay.
It finds New Kasuto, and the sign confirms that it is linked fire, so that
Reflect?
is... Yeah, unless an error was made in checking, it is reflect. Because I would have checked on that Doom Knocker at the start of that palace. You can up A if you want the magic back, but just getting that information. But yeah, no, Vix has it now, so we're going to get a spell tower check, not a basement, though.
Yep, he stabs, so no. It's definitely not linked to the spell.
Okay. Chat's saying it's Fire Life, and it just didn't do anything because it didn't do anything. That's sad. I mean, 1 bar Fire Life is a useful spell.
Yeah.
Our runners are likely, they're likely to get up to pretty high magic, probably, given it's a 6-gemmer. And you just roll your face on the button until your life does something. Definitely had scenarios where, like, you're in GP and you have 1 bar Fire Life and it's pretty cheap, and you just, like, cast fire every room to, like, slowly bring your health up, but also just have the benefit of having fire in every room. It can be good. Not good, though, is jkoper finding another dead end. P5 has not been quick.
It often isn't, but in Max Rando, we could put the boss right at the beginning.
Okay, we have a Larry sighting on Vix's side, and it looks like it does at least lead to a place you can't get to otherwise. Whether that place contains anything useful, yet unknown.
We'll know soon. Get the hype ready for Larry.
200 points each for those Alphos from Vix, so gets attack 4 out of that.
That's a good pickup. Larry does actually block something, possibly.
Yeah, there is at least some land there. Whether he's guarding nothing or not, hard to say. We still haven't found Darunia, have we?
Nope.
I guess with it being Fire Life, we do still need to find where Reflect is, and it's increasingly likely it's Darunia at this point. Okay. It looks like may actually have to go past the River Devil to get to Valley of Death.
I thought we saw an entrance, but it could have just been the Chaos climate that confused me there.
I think we saw where the valley was, but I didn't think there was a entrance you can get to without booting around. Here we go. We are doing a check behind Larry. There is a cave here. Does this cave contain something? It does.
Oh, if this is Boots. If this is Boots.
This is Boots. This is the best River Devil we've had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Koper finds another dead end. Oof. You can only have so many dead ends in a palace. I believe 3 is the limit on a normal palace.
In this version, anyways.
And it's the Boots! And a
Vix is very happy
smile
with
from
that.
Vix. The River Devil, for once this tournament, doing work. And Koper doesn't have that flute, so advantage Vix.
Yeah, and any spiders or Larry of any kind emotes. It's a time for them.
Yeah, and those boots block Saria, which has thunder.
Oh, man. But it does also mean that we need...
We need a kid.
We need the kid.
We 100% are going to need a kid.
It can just be any kid. We just go, like, to one of these random houses and just, like, pull a kid and just say,
Thank
here.
goodness. Koper has now finished 100%ing V5.
Oof.
And yeah, he's going to have enough for... He's got 4 lives, got shield spell, attack 4. This should be no problem for him to take down. Even enough magic to cast Fairy after shield, so...
Enough people doing SMP3 random because there isn't a Larry emote there. Larry Koopa. Oh, Koper takes a death and he's upset with himself on that.
Yeah, just gonna cost him a little bit of time, though. We got plenty of lives to spare.
Yeah.
And Vix has booted his way to P-Bag Cave. I don't remember if we saw this or not. Yeah, I mean, P-Bag wouldn't be the worst here. Okay. Magic Container is significantly better than a P-Bag.
Yes. But but still not a child.
Yeah, that does very importantly put him up to 2 casts of Fairy per life. Which is a big deal.
Yes, that is.
Especially since I suspect he's going to be in P5 in a minute here. That's what I'd be doing.
Hope we're thinking about it.
Yeah, I think you take it. The only risk of doing this is if you're looking for Magic 5, this level could be Life 6, and that would suck. I think Koper is looking to get 2 casts of Fairy himself. You'd prefer this to be the magic level. It is the magic level. Nice. I did not catch Fairy. It looks like Fairy did change cost, but I didn't see it cleanly enough to know if it was cheap enough. We're looking for 40 or less.
Yep. Jump down here for Koper. If we have a full GP, jump is very, very, very useful.
Oh yeah.
Or if you play that 2-hour, 37-minute race seat ahead, that jump is very useful.
It was very useful. There were a lot of really awful waffle rooms in that seed.
Absolutely atrocious.
So, Vix with a pretty significant overruled advantage. Despite it looking like they have the same number of gems, Koper way ahead on gems in that the gem from P5 is worth like at least 2 palaces.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Nope. Never mind.
Yeah,
False alarm.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to loop around there before, but we are gonna find a Darunia. By the way, in the end, vanilla-like yeast. It's a very watery one. Well, we'll see where jkoper wants to go now. I'm a little bit surprised we didn't just see him go into the palace right next door to P5. But he did find a cave connection to this P-bag cave that Vix found, so now, regardless of whether Magic 5 let him have 2 casts of Fairy, he will have 2 casts of Fairy.
Yeah, and we know that the flute came out of P3, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we up in A's.
Okay.
jkoper, you need the flute. Almost assuredly.
Yeah, it did definitely look like it. I mean, unless there was a way into that GP without boots, but even if you don't need the boots, man, you want the boots. This seed. It looks like they're blocking Valley of Death. They're definitely blocking Thunderspell, which might be required.
Still not finding Darunia.
It's gotta be somewhere. We've checked under Three-Eyed Rock and Hidden Kazuto.
jkoper gets his trophy out of Trophy Cave. We can all boo at Vanilla.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. You're gonna average about 1 a seed. So jkoper gonna get his spell. So aside from Where's Darunia, we're still looking for a glove, and man, there's not much overworld left.
No. We haven't found the maze, I don't think. We haven't found
Death Mountain.
We haven't found... Have we found the second palace? This is Darunia. Okay.
Yeah, okay. We finally found Darunia. Vix did not check the sign. He's just here. I mean, like, we know it's Reflect at this point. But he's just going to pick up Upstab and get the Child Hint. Which is going to be a good one to have, because it's going to be in P6 or something stupid.
Yep.
I mean, we don't even know where P6 is. Shout out to Rick Astley for that Upstab. Alright, and jkoper with his additional checks. I think this is P3. He's gonna get this now. Yeah, here's P3. Okay, so jkoper was making sure to get the items from both of the previous palaces, so almost a guarantee he's going to similarly get...
It's in... I said Horsehead?
He did. It says Horsehead. It's in P1.
Okay.
Where's P1?
It's P1.
Is P1 on the maze? Is that... Man, if P1 is in Valley of Death and you need boots to get to it, this is a monstrosity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think we've seen the second palace even just hanging out in the east. And we've seen where Valley of Death is, but not how to get into it. It's likely that there might be a way without the boots, and it very, very much looks like with the boots you can just sort of walk around the edge of the map. The jkoper going to go up on gems, completing P3. And Vix has found Sunken P-Bag Cave.
We are still looking for gloves, so this is a good play.
Yeah, I think you got to check basically everything at this point, because the remaining locations are like Death Mountain and Palaces, and neither of those are going to be fun times.
I'm going to be right back. The air conditioner just turned on, and I'm in a basement, so I'm going to close vents.
reasonable. Oh no. I have commentator cursed the crap out of this seed. jkoper has left P3 to go into Death Mountain. That is potentially very bad. Again, we don't know for sure that those boots are required. We know you need the flute to get boots, and we know you need the boots to get Thunder Spell. Maybe you need it to get into Valley of Death. Don't know. Here's a P6 for Vix. And he's going to do what jkoper finds, what is probably a connection to... Yeah, I think he's got to go down and take this one. Yeah. So jkoper going to find... Yeah. I don't know, probably immediately after you left, I have commentator cursed jkoper saying that he would almost certainly get the item in 3. He has left.
Oh, no.
And he went into Death Mountain. Not in any key for his trouble, but unless there's a glove in here, this is bad news for jkoper.
Yep.
If there is a glove in here, then it's really good news for jkoper, because I suspect Vix is gonna last location DM.
Almost certainly. Unless you're like, I want a quick Spec Rock, and then spend 10 minutes trying to find Spec Rock and you find Hammer Cave.
Well, unfortunately, we are not going to look for Hammer Cave. jkoper did some quick check and see if he could find an obvious location. Didn't find it, although he could be going back. This could be the raft to DM is close enough to start that he figured it would be faster just to do this. Or he's changed his mind. No idea. jkoper's got something on his mind. He has changed direction. Maybe he's going back east. Meanwhile, Vix, we'll see how long 6 is here. Yeah, Vix, low on life, full magic. He may not know that fire is fire life, because
I don't think he does.
I would have smashed that a couple times before grabbing that red jar. Although fire's still probably relatively expensive. P4 is not a good level. Usually you got to be about Magic 5 before fire really starts going down.
Right. It's always annoying getting out of those elevators when they have me right beside you. Oh, now I would definitely spam. I would just use up everything.
No.
Oh no!
Yeah, and Vix tried with a bit of a facepalm, realizing he had a key there and just wasted that magic, but... Oh boy, P6! Long and forky. We've already seen at least 4 other paths that Vix could take. Gonna get a level soon. Nice thunder.
Nice thunder.
Yeah, well, I think there's a magic level coming up too, so not really gonna cost him anything.
Dead end.
Yep, I think he might just get this level up and up A. We can get a level up and a key here. It's pretty good right before taking the up A.
Mm-hmm. He's leaving.
And not even interested in P6 at all. Maybe he's just thinking the palace is long, a lot of ways to go, doesn't want to risk not having a glove.
Yeah. All the offers are worth it today. 200, 200, and 300.
Yeah. Effective use of thunder to get some quick XP. See how are the tech types? Not good. So I think this is P6 for Cobra, right?
Yep, looks like it to me. I was
Yeah.
about to mention that.
Makes sense. I mean, he's got enough levels; it shouldn't be a problem. And if you find it, you might as well do it while you're here. Although, oh wow, 21 for Fairy at Magic 5. So
That's nice.
that's very nice. Cooper getting himself out of a jam. 21 cost Fairy. You just start using Fairy even when you're not at a jam, just to be like, I'm lazy and I don't want to fight things. I'm just gonna cast Fairy.
Like you can use it here. Just not even worry about killing any enemies. Just go.
Yeah, this is not didn't roll a terrible enemy set, but definitely can be terrible on those bridges. Ooh, more 1-ups. So with all the levels and 1-ups in the small pool, GP for sure not going to be terrible in terms of resources. Could still be terrible in terms of layout. Oh wow! I didn't catch which route Coper took that was different than Vix, but it was the right one. So it was a pretty big gain.
Hope we're gonna have a much faster 6, at least to the boss.
Cobra aware it's Fire Life. Got a smart 1 cast from him, enough that he can live another hit. I guess he mapped out that he can do with 2, but he'll still have enough for Fairy after this.
But he's got the magic key, so he doesn't even need the Fairy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got magic key now. That's a nice pickup.
Death Mountain found for Vix.
I will see if he almost a lot of math for Cobra, but manages to save it. Probably doesn't make a huge difference, but we'll see if Vix ends up finding Hammer Cave or just does Spec Rock and go like Cobra did. And at this point, for him, basically the only thing this can be that's worth anything is the glove. But if you find the glove, it's huge and you're way ahead. If you don't find the glove, whatever.
Rude game, rude.
Cobra's sensibly not wanting to go dig out the whole rest of 5 for the item. Although glove in 5 could still be. Oh, that's right. Again, we know the medicines in 5. We know that's the one place you can't find a glove. I guess we also know it's not in 1, but we're gonna want to get that kid from 1 anyway.
Yep. And
So
when you're missing 2 things that you know you need, you're gonna definitely dig out.
Yeah, Vix with that flute boot advantage, but Cooper now having pulled ahead with a P5 and a P6 Palace clear is a lot. Especially because both of those palaces have the capacity to be very long and trolly. So it's really hard to say who's ahead here because I have no idea how long it's going to be before Cooper goes back into 3. But if it's anytime soon, I'd have to say Cooper is leading here.
Yeah, it is hard to definitely say for sure. What's that one pointing to the right? That looks suspicious. The one that's on the lower right here.
Yeah,
I think Vix is gonna go check that out.
100% for sure. We have no idea where the glove is. We know it's not in 1, and it's not in 5. The 1 has our child that we need. 5 has the medicine that we don't. Other than that, we haven't found Hammer Cave. Be hanging out there. We never got. I don't think we saw the item in 6.
Oh, Vix is not checking the one that was on the right. Oh.
we limited number of locations left for the glove to be. Could be in DM. We've seen Spec Rock, but we have not seen Hammer Cave.
Oh.
Also, speaking of things we haven't seen, our first sighting of the maze here at 45 minutes into the scene.
Oh, man. I wanted quick. We did not get quick.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been quick as far as 6 gemmers go. The resources are definitely there, but a lot of tricky overworld routing, a lot of annoying blocks. The real question on Koper's side is, do you actually need those boots?
Oh, it could be right there on that water tile. I don't think Vix ever went and checked that.
Yeah, because this is the entrance to the Valley of Death too, so you can... It looks like you can do all of the palaces without the boots. So, Koper could get away with not having the flute to get those boots, but only if Thunder is not required for GP, because you do need boots for Thunder.
And the water tile apparently was a 1-up, according to our tracker, VT Slacker. And shoutouts to VT Slacker for tracking, keeping us honest.
Yep. Okay, first item in the maze is a cross. Boo. Yeah, you do need boots for Thunder. You need the flute for the boots. The flute is in P3, which Koper left without getting. Yeah, the boots are just in Saria. You don't need a spell item for them, but Saria is connecting 2 different useless islands in the middle of nowhere.
Did Koper leave P6 as well? Is that the item?
I think so. I don't think we've seen the item from P6. Because Vix went into P6, explored for a bit, left. Koper found the boss quickly, and then a dead end right after the boss and decided not to keep going. So,
Love.
Okay. Glove in the maze is good news for Koper, it not being boots blocked. Here's the question, though. Is this GP in Valley of Death or not? Answer, no. Also good news for Koper.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, if Thunder is not required, Koper is not going to need the flute or the boots, and should have a pretty big routing advantage.
And immediate horse. Oh, Koper, you gotta get the item here.
He doesn't know. He hasn't gotten that hint yet. He hasn't found Darunia. He doesn't know this child 100% required, and it's here.
But still looking for boots and gloves, so this is a good place to get the item.
Yeah, I think he's got to do it. Yeah, no. 3-Eyed Rock does not have an item cave. It is actually the rarest of things in Zelda 2 Randomizer. The River Devil is doing his job and blocking the risen P-Bag cave. No way to boot around it, because the boots are in that cave.
Right, Koper is continuing, but we don't know if that's just to get the level or...
Yeah, he's looking for glove or boots. I don't think he's going to be sad when he finds the child here. Vix also making his way into P1. I need to put in a fix so you can't accidentally path into the mountains. Vix and Koper both experienced enough runners to know not to take an encounter sideways to soft lock yourself in the mountains, but I should make it so it's impossible.
At some point.
Just put if that ever comes up, just put an extra tile of open space on the other side. Just so you don't soft lock.
Here's the child for Koper.
Gonna be a nice pickup for him, so he will be able to reflect. He doesn't know that's reflect, but I think he's suspecting it at this point.
Yeah, he just doesn't know how to get to it.
Yeah, it was kind of in an annoying spot. Vix didn't find it right away. Koper hasn't found it at all. I don't think it's boots blocked. But from his perspective, it could still be Reflect in Saria, and he's not going to know what Saria is for a long time. So, yeah, so it looks like Koper's going back to DM. Either he's going to go look for an entrance to them. I thought the DM raft was... I know it's on this coast. I don't remember exactly where it is.
But that divide there is so annoying.
Vix Rider letting the experience roll looking for attack 5. He's going to have to get like 700 here. Might not be easy in P1.
Yeah, that's a bit risky there.
Koper upping out of the overworld again. He's looking for something. He's looking for how to get to the maze. Because he still hasn't seen it. He knows where DM is, but he hasn't seen the DM leads to the maze. But yeah, alright, he's back at DM.
It's right here, actually, is the maze. Like, if you go up one... No, Cooper.
It's like right, yeah, it's like right at the start.
Yeah, it was like,
Well,
I think one cave north.
Yeah, well,
Right,
because what Vix didn't find it either initially, but he was searching through caves, ended up taking the connector that leads to the top, and then checked the middle. It was like, oh, it's right here. I mean, from his perspective, hammer caves could still be valuable. We at this point know that it is not, but it's one of those things that they were both looking for earlier.
Right,
So, yeah.
Child for Vix, but not enough. Oh, there's a Mago. There's a Mago, so...
Mago
Yeah.
should be good enough. Unless it rolled double down. Wow, no, he didn't want to kill the Mago! Alright, no attack
just
5.
take it to death and then thunder it.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it. So he's going fast. We'll see if attack 5 would have made a difference. But see, Vix now has everything, knows everything. He has a clear path to beating this seed. Unfortunately, that clear path leads through a pretty annoying P5 and P6. And so if Koper can find how to get to the maze before that, he's still going to maintain his lead with it. He's on the clock now. And Koper has confirmed that you cannot get Saria without the boots. Vix actually taking the trip to go get Reflect makes sense.
Yep. P4 is not very far away from here, so just grab this. Could be P4. He's gonna have to do P6. And then go back to the west to do P5. Before coming back here.
Good news, Koper back on the maze. Better news. Alright, I said Koper DM. Better news, Koper has found the maze. So this is real good for him. He's gonna be able to
Oh.
Yeah, so he's gonna be able to get his glove here. He's gonna find out that it's GP. And assuming Daruni isn't boots block, I don't think Daruni is boots block. Yeah, it's right here. It looks like you can get to it without the boots.
I'm pretty sure you can.
And so if that's the case, then Koper will be able to get his Reflect spell, go to P4, and hopefully, from his perspective, be into GP before Vix. Because, man, again, it's not just that Koper's up by 2 gems. He's up by 5 and 6. And that 5, he full cleared.
Yep.
But
6 isn't actually long, but
yeah, the way Vix went in 6 was a lot of forks and not a lot of progress, but he's back in it. So we'll see if he finds the way Koper did or ends up spinning his wheels.
Koper is going to have to do a ton of walking to get to this glove.
Yeah, not having the boots still going to cost him, but...
They're going to be right here. Right next to GP, just sitting there on a platter.
Yup. Fortunately, it's a 6-gemmer, not a 5-gemmer, so... But we're going to have to find his way to Darunia.
Which was go east, and I think if you go down and left and go back up.
Yeah, he doesn't know it's Darunia is part of the problem. From his perspective, it could still be Saria, so he's going to have to weigh his options. It's getting good experience in 6 at least. Hopefully have attack 5 soon.
Gotta go south.
This is like the 12th time one of our runners has passed 5 people. It's just right here. It's right out of the way, taunting them.
Just sitting there as a reminder. Constant reminder.
I think this is the right way for Jacob. I think this is going to take him to Darunia.
I think this goes to the valley.
Yeah, is Darunia that town? I mean, he's not checking it, so presumably it's not.
No, it's
I
to
don't
the
remember
left before
exactly.
you come in. It's the large island that's left of that.
Okay. So Vix did take the same route as Koper, has found the first of the 3 remaining bosses for him to kill. Oh no, Koper has up aid. I mean, maybe it's faster still to up A and just go back to the east again. We'll see what he decides to do. Again,
Vix using the upstab technique on Barba here.
yeah, Vix.
Oh, seriously?
Vix did find Darunia until after he had the boots. But if I recall, I don't know for sure whether you can get to it without the boots. I think there's a way to it, but I might be wrong. And if you can't get to Darunia without the boots, then Koper's in trouble.
Yep.
But he's gonna keep searching. It's definitely not too late for him. Like, if he does be like, I think I gotta find the boots, I'm gonna go back into 3, then he's still in pretty good shape in this seed.
Yep. Alright, this is 4, finally.
Yeah,
We have entered 4 at 58 minutes.
we saw for like 4 minutes in. We found the east real early. It's been a while since I've seen a seed where you had a force doubled it before. Certainly,
Room?
yeah, certainly not very likely in Max Rando where 4 is required very rarely. We're also glove blocked.
Amazing. Just
Very rude, but not going to be relevant at this point. Yeah,
Alright,
Koper-
Cooper's going back here.
he
I
looked
want to
good.
say you can get to this island by going south, but I could be wrong. Oh no. No, Cooper,
Ooh.
no.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense from his perspective, but it's definitely not the right play.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't. All of his options are bad at this point, right? What are his options? He can go into B4 and hope there's a required double dip. He can go hunt through that DM for Hammer Cave, which sucks without boots. He can go back into P6 and try to get that item, or he can go into P3. Like, of all of those options, this doesn't seem like the worst one. Unfortunately, from us, having knowledge of everything in the scene at this point, it is in fact the worst one. Yeah, and when Vix found out that the flute led to those boots, he gave a little bit of a cheer, and see, when you get an item from a palace that's a little bit obscure, that if it becomes required, then that's a good advantage for you, and it's definitely turning out this way.
Item room. At least it costs jkoper 4 minutes for whatever this is, but
yeah, he'll be able to get out quickly. So, yep, that's good knowledge.
What? I wish I knew what the map looked like going south.
Yeah. I have to imagine he went down there and checked it already.
Is this a pass-through cave? It
is a pass-through cave. Okay. So if there is a way to Darunia without the boots, jkoper is on it. He's on the hunt. He knows what he's looking for.
Go left, go left. Yeah, I think he can get to it from here, so I think...
Yeah. Because yeah, if he even with all the time that he's lost, if he finds Darunia right now, I still think he's ahead. That P5 sucked.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's always the chance Vix Rider, right ways it. It's P5. You can have all sorts of random luck on it, but...
Alright, let's go north here, jkoper. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, no, it did into the path there.
This is... Yeah.
And he's going to 6.
Yep. And this too, unfortunately, not correct.
And it's also very big.
Yeah. Oh, but you just go left at the start? That's it? Okay. Okay. jkoper not out of it yet. A very, very quick item in 6. Just another P bag. So if he's thinking palaces, the next step is going to be P3. And that is going to lead him on the way to where he needs to be. So now the question is just, how long is it going to take Vix to do this stupid P5? If it's anything like jkoper, a long time. jkoper back in DM. Oh no, he's going to look for Hammer Cave. He's just gonna hard last location P3. Ugh. This sucks. I mean, these aren't terrible plays. I don't dislike this from jkoper, right? Like, especially if you think you're behind. Look for the stuff that's crappy.
It's unfortunately it's looking like he was just saying if it's in P3 then I've lost.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he may have lost. Bringing you up to speed, the flute is in P3. That flute is required to get the boots. The River Devil is doing his job for once. And those boots are required both to get the Thunder Spell and to access Darunia, it looks like, to get Reflect. And unfortunately, it's a 6-gemmer, so you do need Reflect. And
Yep,
jkoper,
if it was a 5-gemmer, jkoper would be in the lead.
Yeah, if a 5-gemmer Coper would be winning by a massive amount right now. He would have been in GP 15 minutes ago at least. Because the glove was 1 tile away from GP. And good news is, Coper keeps making all the wrong checks, but he keeps finding them quickly. And so after this, P3, I believe, is literally the only place he has left to check. So...
I think so.
And again, Vix could be in this P5 alone. If Vix takes as long to do P5 as Coper did, then he may still be in good shape. It could absolutely still come down to, you know, who does GP better.
Is Coper done Spell Tower?
I don't remember if he did Spell Tower. Yes. There was a... Spell Tower was... I think so. I hope so. Coper walking out of GP. This might... Or walking out of DM.
Vix.
Oh, Vix.
Saved a ton of time in 5.
Oh, that is not good for Coper. If I recall correctly, Coper 100% in this P5. Vix, an hour and 6 minutes to the seat, still does not have attack 5. He's gonna get it here, but man, that sucks.
Yeah, he did burn a couple of levels, so that's why he doesn't have it yet, but 556 going into GP, you'll be fine. Should be.
Yeah, with 4 lives and 7 containers each, shouldn't be a problem.
I think it's 5 lives, actually. It's even easier.
Oh, is it 5 lives? Oh, man. This... Oh, don't burn... Wow, doesn't even want attack 5. Not interested. Vix just going fast. It's hard to say whether it'll save you time or not. But yeah, no, he just wants to go fast. He's going to be in GP in, you know, maybe 30 seconds here, just a little bit. Oh no, actually, you can get to GP real quick with the boots. So 107.49. Gates up.
All right, let's see if this is a long or a short GP.
Yeah, it's less attack 5 saving you time against T-Bird, and more attack 5 saving you potentially against stuff like this. If you ever feel that you need to fight a bunch of birds. An effective life 6, he is absolutely tanking this stuff.
Yeah, that was unshielded too, right? Well, no, he's shielded. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's just got some inverse colors. Oh boy, chicken waffles.
The lag.
Life 6 looks like it rolled up pretty good. He's not taking much in terms of fire damage or sword beam damage. And it looks like, I think Coper's going to be in 3 in just a bit here.
Nice easy room there. King pot? No king pot.
There's a Moa. Well, no, he's got the cross. Okay, there's the Moa. It just didn't spawn before. Oh, grab that key. No, he's got the any key. Okay, I forgot that the Vix did eventually go and get that any key from the rock. And you definitely want a key, but he has instead a keys.
All the keys.
Alright. Come on, Vix. You can cast fire, I believe.
Get in.
It's 9 magic for fire life. It may only be 1 bar, but you can cast it.
You definitely give yourself some buffer.
Yeah, medicine is
Makes sense.
life, and they have fire life, so they were not interested in getting that medicine. Jkoper is back in DM. I think he is lost.
Oh no. Cooper doesn't have his tracker shared, so we don't know if he uses one.
He may have just forgotten about P3.
Yeah. Vertical dots. Yep, that's death.
Death that could have been saved by casting the fire spell. Yeah, smart use of shield spell. This is a stinky room with all the vertical dots.
Yeah, and the being right there on the floor, next to the floor.
Yeah.
Ah.
They hurt so much. Why do they hurt so much compared to the horizontal dots?
I view it as the devs were like, these will knock you into the lava. The horizontal ones versus the vertical ones. Well,
all right. Well, we've got
fairy blocks left and right.
Yeah, fairy is required for this GP. They started with it, but okay, there's a Thunderbird.
And you get magic.
Yeah, they get the 50-50.
Does not get Maride.
Man, we've seen some real nasty. When I played Year Seed, I was getting a red jar at one point. I got 7 birds in a row.
Oh my god!
And I needed it too, right? It was in that room that has like 10 bird statues, and I couldn't remember which one had the 50-50 in it. I was like, I'll find it out because I was down to my last life, and unfortunately that room didn't go anywhere. Like a huge part of that GP was just like a giant loop.
Alright, so we took a bop from one fireball, shielded, and it took 4 hearts, I think. So it looks like it's a two-hit Thunderbird.
Could be a 3-hit Thunderbird with a couple casts of fire. But Vix is just gonna not get hit. It's gonna be.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh no! I was
wrong.
No, he started with some.
Oh, he started with some
less
damage.
health.
Okay, I was gonna say that really didn't hurt much at all. He's got shield spell up, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter then. He's got many hits available.
Yeah, it's like Life 6 was reasonably effective, and shield spell. He can take another hit yet before he needs to do some fire casts. The earlier race today, even at high life levels, Thunderbird just absolutely trucked. Well, high-ish. I think it was like life 5, but
Dodge.
yeah,
Dodge.
Thunderbird's health is not randomized. Oh. I was saying, Thunderbird's health not randomized, but his damage is. He has his own damage category, and every number on that table hurts.
Yeah, you know why? I found out why that is.
Oh, interesting. What's up?
As I said, I modified some of the AP stuff, and I randomized Thunderbird's health, and he's no longer Thunderable. So you cannot damage him when he rolls down.
That's interesting. I think I'm happy with Thunderbird's health not being randomized. I think it's not everything needs to be randomized. I think it's pretty good as is, but I do appreciate that sometimes he hits like a truck and sometimes he hits like 2 trucks.
Yeah.
It's funny. He had Thunderbird low enough last time that if he had attack 5, he would have killed it.
Yeah, I kept having multi-worlds where I couldn't kill Thunderbird. I'm like, what's happening? So I had to modify it and change it back to the vanilla value, and it worked. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
Thunderbird
there's some weird
is...
thing going on with his state.
Yeah. What's real fun is that Thunder does actually deal damage to Thunderbird, and if you kill Thunderbird with the Thunder spell, he soft locks. It's a thing to be careful about in scenes where you've got Fire Thunder. Oh, interesting! We totally missed it. Koper found a way to get to Darunia without the boots.
Figured there was a way to do it.
We thought there was a way to do it, but it's so convoluted that we didn't know for sure. So this is gonna get Koper his Reflect spell. We were saying that, you know, Koper was on the clock to find a way to get Reflect spell and advance in this seed. Unfortunately, that clock started like 30 minutes ago, and it's gonna be tough for him to catch up. Especially if that Thunderbird ends up being required.
If it's a full GP, though.
Yeah, it could still be possible. I mean, what's going to happen is, if Koper does get into this GP and finds a Thunderbird path, he's just going to go the other way. And if that left at the double ferry junction turns out to be the right way, then it could, you know, potentially be the difference in this race. But he's going to have to do P4 first.
Attack 4 is not enough to pop Kingbot. But Vix was able to get out of the hitbox before iframes finished.
Yeah. And so now, for Vix Rider, you know, any room could be Darklink. Or, you know, 30 rooms from now could be Darklink. We have absolutely no idea. He also doesn't know how far ahead he is at this point. When you're, you know, a 6-gemmer, hour and 17 in, your opponent's Koper, you've got to be thinking, where's the dot done? You know, this could be over any second now. But the only thing that's over at this point is that path.
Yep, that was not the right way.
Yeah, Koper doesn't have Thunder. Thunder's boots blocked. You cannot get Thunder with the boots, and you have to do P3 to get flute to get boots. And Koper did not find that flute, and is not going to find it at this point. He's going to be in GP very shortly here.
Yep.
I mean, if I'm Koper at this point, there's absolutely no way you're going to stick around to look for Thunder. You got to figure you're behind. You got to be like, I can do GP, I'm going to GP, we're going to find a way to make it work.
Was this path behind Thunderbird completely a dead end, or was there an actual...
I think so. I don't think there was another fork here. I mean, Vix is he's walking it out. So either he wants to keep this experience, or he thinks that this is a faster way to get to that ferry junction.
Oh, no,
there is a fork here. Okay. So probably gonna see a left here. Not gonna see a left here. Gonna see a right
there's
here.
A left there and a right here, okay.
This makes sense. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
boy.
jkoper's greatest hope here is specifically that he doesn't have the Thunder spell, because he's going to find that ferry junction early on, and
he's going to have to do this whole thing.
Yeah, Koper's going to find that ferry junction early on. He's going to see Thunderbird is to the right. He's going to go left, and that's going to be his hope of success here in this seed. Smart play from Vix, forcing the bird down the hole.
Is this going to be generators?
To be Central Bird? It is Central Bird. Even was still a bird. Alright, Koper, 119.40. Also into GP. Does not have Thunder.
We definitely have a race. We got a drop. Oh, that's rough. You still got a left.
I think you gotta take it at this point. I don't think we've seen a drop zone. Yeah, this is new territory for Vix. Who knows where this is?
It's a fairy they can actually get.
And no King Bot to despawn it.
Yep. Oh, look, this is a great move by Koper here.
Yep, very smart. Stay low to avoid the fire, stab him in the knees, and you can stab this guy in the face. Putting that big beefy arm to work.
Alright, I'm starting to get a feeling that this is longer GP.
Yeah! It's certainly been a lot of rooms.
Magic
no!
four-way?
Four-way. I mean, Vix could be like on the path that you know, on the drop could have taken him over to the other side of that fairy junction. In fact, it did take the other side of that fairy junction. Yeah, this is exactly where it is.
So Thunderbird is not required at all.
Yeah, Thunderbird confirmed not required. Good news for Koper. Still got an exploration disadvantage, but he absolutely could walk into a win. Up an A from Vix. There was a left at the start. There was a room with a left and an up. Both Vix and Koper took the up. So Vix could be going to that first left as a way to distinguish himself here.
Alright, Koper's gonna unfortunately go through this and then...
Oh, that's true. There was still a left that you could take after T-Bird, and the way to get from past T-Bird to this left here was a drop specifically. So it is still possible.
There was two paths. Oh, yeah, you're right.
So it is still possible Thunderbird could be required. Yeah, if there's a normal path, then you could get to Thunderbird from the backside and it's fine. Which is the thing that can happen when Thunderbird's not required. But I mean, it absolutely could be anywhere at this point, and jkoper's exploring new territory and Vix is not. So it absolutely anyone's race still. Yeah, I think Vix is going to go left here. I think that's his play. Now he's going up. Okay,
no,
so is he going
that left?
Is he going to go behind Thunderbird and do the left after Thunderbird, or is he going to go left at the fairy junction?
I mean, I would go after Thunderbird because you know you got that as your advantage.
Yeah,
well, actually, I would have taken the left downstairs, but you know, secondarily, then I would do the one after Thunderbird.
Yeah. Koper finds a dead end, but he's still got a left here. He's going to get... I was going to say he was going to get the fairy, but he's just going to take a death. He's got...
I mean, you got so many lives. That's fine.
Yeah. Very, very similar strategies. Yeah, he's got this right available to him. So still plenty of good paths to check for him.
All right, we got our answer for Vix.
Yep, this is the room that Vix dropped into. Koper has found the room that Vix dropped into, so this is going to loop him back to the fairy junction again. And Vix wants to get a magic refill here. Gets to the first try once again. Very lucky. What an absolutely wild race. I'm loving this one. I think Koper and Vix still have paths available to them that we haven't seen. Vic's going to go down this elevator and left. He did have that in his mind. Koper could go left here. He could go left one room down from here. He's going with this.
Going left. Oh, here we go.
All right, new territory for both Koper and Vix. Both ways are lefts.
And they're
Vic's
both
going to convert
elevators.
his to it. Yeah, Vic's going to convert his to an elevator. Finds another junction. It could be Dark Link. There's still, I mean, if it's a log GP, there could still be another 15 rooms or so. But either runner could find Dark Link at any point now. Oh, Koper's elevator goes left.
Not the direction we want to be going.
No, absolutely not. Dark Link can be anywhere, but he cannot be left.
Oh, it's a dead end.
Okay, so Koper can go back. Down that elevator 2 times. There's another left in that lava room. He's still got one more path available to him.
I fully expect him to take the right, though. Unless he's really feeling like he's behind, which...
I think he might have checked both rights at this point. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, at least the King bot despawning the room for Vix. Finding a bit of a tricky room. Nice fairy, though.
Alright, we're back to the 4-way. Where's Koper gonna go? Down.
Is it down and left? Oh no, I thought there was a left here. Maybe it's...
No, it's right. Ooh.
Just past here. Okay. It's hard to remember all the roofs in a long GP for sure. And I think at this point, absolutely it has to be long GP.
Alright, we have an elevator down and a right, so this is very good.
Yeah, no, this is where he was. This is that left I was talking about. This is the left he's gonna take. But he's gonna lure that bird into the hole before he does it. Very smart. And I think he should just cast Fairy. Just cast Fairy now. Have Fairy ready at least. This is so easy to get bopped here. Koper going left. Vic's going right. Could be anything. Yeah, this is an elevator. Elevators are good. You don't want to be going left anymore. Good use of Fairy. Don't deal with the bird.
Yep, makes sense. It's Dark Link! jkoper's found Dark Link!
Holy crap!
Totally come from behind and take this.
This is wild! And he's got plenty of lives. He can take a death here. There's no way Vix is going to be able to catch up. What an incredible race.
And boots, not required.
Yeah. We thought they were for so long. Koper takes it down. Official time 1:28:06. GG's.
Yep, get your GG's out for Koper. And a dead end here. And Vix will take the DNF. I completely understand. You don't want to keep digging out a full GP.
That's definitely the race of the tournament so far.
We are joined here by Vix Rider. GG's Vix.
Yo, GG's.
See if Koper can join in. There's Koper, so he'll be in just a second. And we're joined by our race winner today, jkoper. GG's Koper.
GG.
Yo, GG's.
Hey. I sure didn't deserve to win. I don't know.
I felt really, really good about that until GP.
Yeah. I'm guessing I entered GP much later and took a crucial left turn, I think.
Yeah, the big difference for like most of that seed was that Vix found the flute in 3, which was required to get the boots.
That boots chain. I can't believe about that boots chain.
Okay.
We thought they were going to be required for a long time, and they were required to get Thunder, but everything else, there was a way around, even though some of the ways absolutely sucked.
Yeah, one problem I had was that I thought maybe I got the item out of 3, so that's why I didn't go back in there. If that was a question.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense, like, the place that you were making looking for items.
Well, I mean, my really big problem was just totally misreading the overworld and, like, not entering a couple caves that were very important in the end.
Yeah. Well, neither of you found Darenia for a very long time. Vix only found it after getting the boots and coming back, and it made it easier to get to.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was wondering if maybe he would go to 4 without the glove, perhaps. I don't know if that was an issue at all.
No, I didn't have... I held off as long as I could on some palaces. Like, I dug 6 without the glove. I did a couple other small things without the glove, but then I'm like, I need to go find this glove. And I was super late to DM in Maze Island, because I just never checked that part of the west, because I'm like, oh, the entire east is open. Maybe there's a way to Maze Island on the east. And there is, you just can't get to it from anywhere else on the east.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be perhaps Boots blocked that section of Maze Island, and then it would lead to Darunia and New Kasuto. Yeah, I gotta keep better track of the items that I get out of the dungeons. Obviously, I knew I didn't need 5's item, and
yeah, so basically the only items I didn't get this game were Hammer Cave and 2, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, I got 4 and 6 and 2. Didn't get 5's, but like I said, I knew what it was. I did get Hammer Cave. So yeah, I had 8 magic jars and I don't know how many hearts I had, 6 or 7, something. Probably 7. I think we started with 5 and I got 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Hammer Cave was a magic jar. That was disappointing. But man, I can't believe like I was in the area where Hammer Cave was and just didn't go in there, and then I had to go back and search for it, and then the connector to Maze Island was just right there. I took my first trip to Death Mountain. I think I didn't even go into any cave except for the top one, and then I took that and went all the way to the right, and then I found Spectacle Rock. And then my second trip in, I took the bottom cave and found what looked like a little loop or dead end or something, so it wasn't worthwhile. And then my third trip in, I went, finally found, I don't even know what it was. It might have been 4 or 5 trips total into Maze Island, or to Death Mountain, I mean, sorry. But obviously the double trip of Maze Island was really good.
I only took the 2 into DM. Because like I said, I did not check the far western portion of the West Continent, so I didn't see the raft tile until super late. Then again, I was already almost... I had the knowledge I needed to finish the game at that point. I was just banking on Maze Island having won P1 before going back to the east and digging out for the child.
Yeah, I mean, the glove was on Maze Island. That was,
yeah.
The glove was blocking 4, so we had to do that. Regardless, so,
So yeah, there was...
It took me forever to get to that point. What was the time difference entering GP?
I don't know the exact amount, but it was not small. It was at least 8 minutes, I think.
I was going to say, I've been in GP for at least 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
Well, I was banking on I didn't see a lot of GP, and I found Thunderbird, and I'm like, okay, well, it's going to be... there's a lot of GP behind T-Bird, so I'm just going to do this now, get it over the way, and explore, and I found nothing beyond T-Bird, except for a drop that takes you back pre-T-Bird, which I'm assuming is where I needed to go.
Yes, I believe it was a left from that part of the palace that ended up being the right direction. There was a room that was one of those lava rooms with all of the pillars that you have to climb up a bit, and has all the enemies just jumping off of it.
Yeah, the left to the one up in vanilla.
Yep. There
was that, but then you had to take a left before that, I think, but maybe not. The drop might have been before that, but the other left was the weird room where you go up the elevator and you can take an immediate right, or you can use ferry to go up left. There was also a ferry across the lava pit there that I never did. I don't know.
The ferry across the lava pit was T-Bird, right beyond that.
Oh, okay. I felt like there were other directions I didn't go as well. There probably were.
So, yeah, right at the start, there's the 2 rooms and then the elevator, because if you go left, it's a dead end. You go up the elevator, you go left, that seems to be the path. You go right, 2 rooms later is T-Bird.
Yeah.
Yep. And there were definitely a few junctions past T-Bird.
Yep.
Including that drop to pre-T-Bird. So, that is definitely one to watch. That was a very exciting finish to that race.
Well, I'm glad we were able to put on it happens. It's rando. Sometimes it's going to break in your favor, sometimes it's not. It do be like that. So, but I appreciate y'all getting this set up and everything for that. So, thank you all.
I felt like that was going kind of mostly okay for me otherwise, through 5 gems placed. And then the fact that I had no idea how to get to reflect, so I started looking for the boots everywhere and everything like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that boots chain was funny and dumb.
Right. And like I said, I gotta track better and know that I need to go back into 3 for that item there.
Koper, you were definitely way ahead on the gem count, but Vix found everything he needed before you had even figured out where Daruni was. So it was a very divergent race, which was very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, the Daruni was the last thing that I needed anyway. So, but yeah, like you said, thanks for the comms, tracking, race stream, and everything. And we got another race in like 10 minutes, huh? But Vix and I are gonna go do some Mario 3 rando. Not to advertise a competitor or anything, but
actually, we are racing at the same time, so we might be quad randoing that one.
Right. I intentionally proposed the same time so that we could get on the same screen again. But we're not going to be in the same race or anything. So yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm sure we need it. But
well, yeah, we are going to get that next Z2 match coming up on. So what I am probably going to do here is just not even bother rating anybody, just cut the stream so that VT can set up for me so I can go and do something real quick and then we'll be back on. So thank you, Cons, for coming. Guys, thank you for the great race. That was a fun watch. Definitely a good one to have watched. VT, thank you for tracking, and everyone, thanks for coming out. Do you guys have anything else? I'm sorry, I kind of just jumped in and took over there, but I didn't even think of it. Do you have anything else you want to put in?
Nope. Like I said, thank you all for getting this set up and jumping in for this race. Always appreciate the support and all the back end work that goes into this. So.
All right. Then we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes or so.